Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming out today. My name is Geraldine Barbie, and I'm the board chair of Homes on the Hill CDC. Welcome to the Hilltop. I'm proud to tell you that Homes on the Hill is an award winning nonprofit community development corporation with a 23-year history of providing affordable housing and home ownership opportunities to moderate income families. Homes on the Hill is proud to have such partners as Homeport, the City of Columbus, Huntington Bank, Franklin County, and others who will be mentioned here today. I am not ashamed to tell you that the Hilltop still needs more. More home ownership, more single family housing for families, affordable housing, senior housing, and access to neighborhood services. I knew that was going to happen. Thank you. It's always important to celebrate our accomplishments, and that's why we're here today. I want to thank everybody for coming, and so on that note, I want to introduce Bruce Lucky, the interim president and CEO of Homeport, our Hilltop Homes 2 partner. Bruce?
Thank you, Geraldine. And good afternoon, everyone. I am Bruce Lukey. I'm the past chairman of Homeport, and now I'm its acting president and CEO. So first of all, welcome to this momentous and exciting event. For 29 years, Homeport has been developing housing and apartment communities for individuals who need safe, affordable, and accessible homes. And we're dedicated to the stability of neighborhoods and the people who inhabit them. And we don't just stop at the dwelling. So Homeport links our residents to the services they need, whether that's employment readiness or after-school programs. And additionally, we provide classes on responsible home ownership, personal finance, foreclosure prevention, and more to provide practical tools for a better life. For revitalization initiatives such as this, it takes great partners and funders. In the case of Hilltop Homes 2, our partners were Homes on the Hill and many others, including the City of Columbus, Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing, the Huntington National Bank and First Federal Bank, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati, and the Affordable Housing Trust for Columbus and Franklin County. I also want to make sure that is noted today are three organizations who none of this would have happened without. Berardi Partners, our architects, Rockford Homes, our builder, and Community Properties of Ohio, our property manager. And as Geraldine said, getting to this point takes a community desire and input. We met many times with residents of the Central Hilltop, members of the area commission, and other community leaders. Our goal was to make sure that what we did conformed to their wishes, making sure that these 39 three-bedroom, beautiful homes, 1- and 2-story, were designed in the context of existing neighborhood homes. I'm happy to say that this project will be completed early. Residents began moving into Hilltop Homes 2 in February, and the last 2 of the 39 will be completed and filled very soon. Before I introduce Mayor Ginther, I'd like to introduce Mariah Marsh so that she can share with you her thoughts on what it has meant to her to be living here. She's lived here now since March. So Mariah, would you come up and share some thoughts with us?
Good afternoon. Hi, it's a blessing to be here on this afternoon. I'm truly thankful to Homeport and all they have done for me. I've struggled with a lot of health issues. I've had asthma as well as pseudotumor, in which caused me to have unable to work. So with limited income and different things like that, as well as my health reasons, trying to find a place to live has just been a task in and of itself. I actually went down to CPO to apply for one of their 2-bedroom Southside apartments, and they told me that I qualified for a single-family home. And one of the second homes on the list was the home that I now live in on Harris Avenue. It fit my needs because it was a smoke-free home, which is good for my asthma, as well as it has no carpeting. It's all wood floors. It's just been a blessing to me. I was also in the process of getting my goddaughter out of a foster home. Not this one, my other one. She's 6, so she's at school right now. But it was, I don't know how many of you guys believe in faith, but it's kind of like God lined everything up. I was able to get the house. I was able to get her settled. I was able to get her in school. I was able to still continue school, still in school. It's just been a blessing all the way around. And I don't think I would be at where I am if it wasn't for Homeport and you guys that are making this a possibility, not just for me, but a lot of underprivileged families that are in Columbus, Ohio. So I am truly thankful, and thank you very much.
Mariah, thank you. We are so pleased and so grateful at Homeport that you can call one of our houses your home. So that touches our heart. At Homeport, we're honored to work together with the City of Columbus to meet the affordable housing gap. When running for mayor and upon taking office, Mayor Andrew Ginther made it abundantly clear that neighborhoods, particularly the revitalization and the vitality of them, would be one of his top priorities. And we are so grateful for his passion, and Homeport stands ready and willing to support it. So without further delay, I'm very honored to introduce our mayor, the Honorable Andrew J. Ginther.
What a great day in the city of Columbus. Mariah, thank you for sharing your story and being part of the event here today. This is what it's all about. Stories like Mariah's and her family. That's what we're all in this for, is to strengthen families, which is the foundation of our neighborhoods. It's a great day for the Hilltop today, thanks to a collaborative effort between the public and private sector. 30 new homes are being opened in a neighborhood that desperately needs affordable housing. I am grateful to everyone for their dedication to making this happen. As I've said many times since I took office 6 months ago, that my top 3 priorities are neighborhoods, neighborhoods, and neighborhoods, to be abundantly clear, and that's why much of Columbus is enjoying unprecedented prosperity. But we know that not every family in every neighborhood is sharing in our success. And that's why the Hilltop is such a high priority for us moving forward. Every neighborhood throughout this city ought to be sharing in our prosperity. And this announcement and celebration here today is another important step forward in that effort. It's not an easy fix, and one that's going to take a multi-pronged approach. I have committed, with the support of Columbus City Council, $34 million in capital funds to neighborhood improvements in the Hilltop. That include mufflers, street and sidewalk improvements, and upgrades to storm and sewer systems. We've renovated the Glenwood Community Recreation Center, giving children and adults a beautiful, safe place to play and gather. And I'm committed to finding business partners to put some skin in the game on the Hilltop and to bring jobs back to this area. But the city can't do everything. Revitalization takes a community-wide effort, like the one put forth by Homeport. Their work is a beautiful example of the Columbus way, our collaborative efforts that are so revolutionary that the Harvard Business School teaches a class on it. Check it out, the Columbus way, public-private partnerships and how they lift up families and transform neighborhoods. In Columbus, we knock down silos. Homeport worked with the city, the Enterprise Foundation, the Columbus Foundation, local religious and private sector leaders. And just look what we have done together. It is now my pleasure to introduce someone to you that many of you know already, but he's a great teammate and partner of mine in Columbus City Council, Councilmember Michael Stenziano.
I don't think it would surprise anybody that I see our neighborhood mayor out in neighborhoods. We see each other more out and about throughout the city than we do at City Hall. And so it's special for me to be here to represent our Columbus City Council. President Klein, President Pro Tem Tyson, and my colleagues truly are appreciative of this partnership and this occasion and ceremony. Councilwoman Page and I actually were just in the Hilltop last night. We were invited by the Hilltop Church of God and Pastor Anthony to come out and talk about priorities, concerns, ideas that they had. And speaking with residents, they were very clear that one of their primary concerns is safe, affordable, livable housing options for all community members. As a kid that grew up in Columbus, I've seen the changes to our community, and particularly this community. These homes are a tremendous investment and step in the right direction for the Hilltop and for the city as a whole. I'm proud to continue to support the City of Columbus and our gracious partners in breaking down barriers to accessing these beautiful new homes and providing a pathway to eventual home ownership. Thank you to Homeport, Homes on the Hill, and for all the community members that are here today. It is my pleasure now to introduce Mr. Hal Keller, the President of the Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing, to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day, maybe a little bit too beautiful with the heat, but it's a pleasure to be here, and what a great day. With projects like this, the essential ingredients are a great development team. When you think about this particular project, you've got Homeport, you have the local Community Development Corporation, Homes on the Hill, you've got a wonderful contractor in Rockford, and a great property management company, CPO, Community Properties of Ohio, also an affiliate of Ohio Capital Corporation. You hear a lot about the public-private partnership. Well, we're the private part of that public-private partnership. And to give you an idea what that means for this particular project, a little bit better there, is that our role is to bring $7.6 million of the $9.1 million, or about 83% of the total project costs, financed with these tax credits allocated by the Housing Finance Agency. And that's actually not our money, it's actually our investors' money. So let me read quickly the list of our investors. First and foremost, Huntington Bank, also the lender on the project. First Federal of Defiance, also a lender on the project. JP Morgan Chase, Fifth Third, Key Bank, US Bank, Nationwide Insurance, First Financial out of Cincinnati, Park National Bank, First Merit, and many other banks. All are investors here. As you can tell by the number of speakers, it's all about partnerships and a lot of partners. But here's the key thing about partnerships. With so many folks involved and committed to this project, everybody's got skin in the game, and everybody's going to make sure it's a success and fulfills its mission. The tax credit program, which is really the essence here, is a very successful program. Since I got a crowd, I can't help but talk about the importance of the tax credit program, hear about tax reform. We are worried about that program, so keep that in mind. We're also blessed to have a great housing finance agency. We'll be hearing from Kellen Craig in a couple of minutes. We're blessed to have them. They run a very competitive and very straightforward project. I also want to make the point, since the mayor and city councilmen are here, is that we talk about the homes and what it's doing for the neighborhood, but this is economic development. The people who work for Rockford are being paid a living wage. They're going to spend that in the city of the Columbus, and they're going to spend that and grow the economy, the local economy. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to mention our staff people. I think we've got Beth Long here and Tom Kindren. We've got a long-term relationship. We'll be a partner here for at least 15 years, starting today. So we're honored to be part of this. And it is also my honor to introduce the next speaker, who's Jim Kunk, President of Huntington Bank, Columbus.
Thank you, Hal. Thank you, Homeport and Homes on the Hill, for allowing us to be part of this today. And I want to acknowledge First Federal of Defiance. We would not have been able to be part of this project if it wasn't for them. So they were a great partner. We were glad to do it, but they were the ones that, through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati's Affordable Housing Program, the grant came from them, and with their support, we were able to be part of it. So Seeing banks partnering together and support affordable housing in our community is one of the great things about community development lending, and because we all share a common goal. And the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati is very instrumental in this. They're a great partner, and they make these things possible. Homeport and Homes on the Hill, I really want to congratulate you because once again, you're making a community better. And you're doing your work, and you do it well, and we're really glad to be part of it. So on behalf of all of my colleagues at Huntington Bank, we really and truly appreciate the partnership with all of these partners that you're meeting today, because that's what it takes. It takes all of us to make this happen, and we're just glad that we could be part of it. So with that, I will introduce Callan Craig, who's, as I expect everyone knows, the OHFA has been instrumental in jump-starting this project. And Callan, tell us about that.
All right, good afternoon. I appreciate the opportunity to be here to celebrate the dedication of Hilltop Homes 2. Since 1987, OFA has supported the development over 110,000 affordable rental units across the state of Ohio. We're of course pleased to be part of this great collaborative effort and to have awarded both housing credits and a housing development loan to this project. As Hal mentioned, both programs are instrumental in developing high-quality affordable housing and helping to further revitalize neighborhoods, especially those on the upswing like Hilltop. OFA only awards 2 lease purchase developments per year, so it's a testament to the partners, both on the development side and the financing side, that they were successful in our 9% tax credit round, which I liken to an annual Hunger Games competition in that round, since we're only able to fund about 30 to 40% of projects of the applications that we receive. So we recognize the effort and appreciate the time and resources required to get a project like this across the finish line. Homes on the Hill, Homeport, and Community Properties of Ohio have been long great partners of OFA's, and we know they'll be bringing high-quality services to residents, excellent asset management to the portfolio, to ensure that families that live here successfully achieve their dream of home ownership. So on behalf of OFA board and staff, I would like to congratulate the entire development team on this success story. We know it's going to be a great project and a boon for the Hilltop neighborhood. And now I want to introduce one of our regular financing partners, Melissa Dallas, who is the Corporate Secretary and Counsel for the Federal Home Loan Bank.
Thank you. Take that. Thank you, and I'm here representing the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati. We are a regional cooperative chartered by Congress, but wholly owned by our member lenders in the region. They comprise nearly 700 community banks, savings and loans, insurance companies, credit unions, CDFIs, almost as many members as speakers here today. 2 of those members, Huntington National Bank and First Federal Bank of the Midwest, received an affordable housing program grant of $300,000 to support 39 Hilltop homes. Our grant program provides gap funding. The dollar amount isn't a lot, but it is enough, and it gets the job done and helps hundreds of houses throughout our district for the period of 1 year. Our congressionally established program is funded through a 10% set-aside of our earnings on an annual basis. Since project inception in 1990, we have awarded to our 700 members $572 million to help fund 74,000 units. I'd like to end by recognizing some special guests here to the Federal Home Loan Bank. One of our local directors, Lynn Anderson, with Nationwide Mutual, is here. I saw her earlier today. With me from Cincinnati is my colleague, Pavan Parikh. And finally, I get to introduce another colleague of the Home Loan Bank. Mr. Steve Gladman wears many hats in the housing and financial services industry. The one with which I am most familiar is as Affordable Housing Chairman of our Affordable Housing Advisory Council. Many of you know him as the President of Affordable Housing Trust for Columbus and Franklin County. Please join me in welcoming Steve.
Thanks, Melissa. One important thing about these houses I want to point out is that they are air conditioned. So welcome. I want to thank our funding partners on behalf of our board, the City of Columbus and Franklin County. Their funding makes it possible for us to create, preserve, and facilitate affordable housing in the county by making below market interest rate loans to our partners. Homes on the Hill and Homeport have been longtime lending partners with us. I want to congratulate them on a wonderful project and continue the good work that they're doing in our community, revitalizing the community, and most importantly, creating housing for some of our residents that have the greatest need and are most vulnerable. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the board chair for Homeport, Chris Dunning.
Thank you, Steve. I first want to give a big shout out to the Homeport staff. I'm going to give you full credit for the weather today. Thank you. But thank you to all of you who have come out today to make this a really memorable event. As you've heard today, the success of this project can be attributed to a very strong collaboration of both public and private support. We're very appreciative, first of all, to Mayor Ginther and Councilman Stenziano for making the Hilltop a priority neighborhood for revitalization. As was indicated in the recent Dispatch article, while 39 new homes won't immediately transform the neighborhood, they are changing the lives for the newest residents, including Mariah Marsh, whom you heard from earlier, and hopefully building a renewed sense of community. I would once again like to acknowledge all the partners involved with Homeport today. You've heard their names mentioned. And I also want to give out a shout out to all of their staffs, because I know they do a lot of the heavy lifting during this process, so we want to make sure that they are also acknowledged. They all made commitments to this neighborhood. It's our hope that the momentum will continue for not only this area, but our community as we try to close the affordable housing gap. So thank you all, and we're ready to do a ribbon cutting. So please, could all the speakers come up here and join me?
You put your hand on top, mine on the bottom. Everybody ready? Ready. 1, 2,